Love, light, greetings, gratitude, blessings and blessings, Ascension Star Family. My divinity to yours. Welcome and welcome back. Thank you for all your love, light, support, appreciation and participation, your hearted comments, your caring and sharing as we work and weave our light and might to uplift and shift people and planet. Thank you, thank you, thank you. 25 June 2024, 76821-3. We are in part 2 of the Princess Anne reading. As we continue from part 1, her injury that was apparently horse-related, that I didn't feel very good about, and truth was revealed in part 1's reading. Divine Spirit, Mother, Father, Supreme and Sovereign, I welcome and invite your energy, essence and presence as you grace us with your blessings, your warm embrace, your deep connection and armored protection, myself, our beautiful portal of light, our castle of light that has become a refuge of ascension to many, and our family that is listening to open our hearts and mind, connect and protect us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We ask to continue with part 2 of the reading on Anne, Princess Royal. With regard to her injury, horse-related as it was reported, some minor injuries, the concussion, and she is hospitalized and under observation for this particular incident that took place on the 23rd of June. Much was revealed in part 1 as a plot or plan, allegedly, and of course we want to inquire a little bit more about what the agenda behind this is. Such an avid rider, an Olympic royal, and of course her great and grand affinity towards these beautiful and magnificent creatures. So many decades of her life in close proximity to the majestic and the great passion she has for them. It is awkward and uncanny to discount that there is much more that threatens. Thank you. Five of Wands. An attack. Battlefield. Going towards someone. A nation. A person. Strength is the Leo. Anne is a Leo. A celebration, an achievement, a toasting. 6, 3 and 6. A great love for someone. Right, she's loved. But what is this love about? An ascension, Ace of Cups. Look at the symbols. What appears to be a cross, the pentacle, five-pointed star. Feeling old and weary. This reminds me of the drink of death. The final goblet. Right. There's more chalices, there's more cups. Another cup. And look at this. A sword. A knight. Another sword. Well, I looked at the horse and I said sword, but here is the sword. Alright, and the Tower. So this goes a lot deeper, symbolically, energetically, practically, realistically. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. Anne is considered known to be one of the hardest working royals. Very well composed, very disciplinarian-like, stoic, woman of very few words, very private, and getting on with her duty. Right, her diary. I looked at the royal diary 2 days ago to discern whether it's been updated, what's new. And I don't see much happening for the King, Queen and Prince William. Right, but Anne's diary is full up, full on. Right, she just keeps going. But of course, at her age, you would wonder, how does it happen that she can keep going? And then recently a revelation had come through that is not the original that we see out and about doing all of that. So maybe it's time to end this support that is given, this fame that is given, this reputation of her being the hardest working royal. Maybe that's becoming quite envied, and the fact that she herself is not doing all of that. She has help. Right, so tell us, what is the agenda behind Princess Anne? That suddenly she's been injured while strolling. I don't understand if she was riding the horse and was thrown off by the horse accidentally, it was distracted or stumbled on a rock, or something natural. Eight of Swords. So this is a limitation, an isolation, a restriction. Right, so they want to restrict her, isolate her, separate her. Right, pull on the brakes. Control matters. Right, so from all this high society, the appearances, this hard-working role, and of course keeping things afloat and gaining all the points and the prestige, they want to now shut the door. It's time to close the chapter. And book her in, so to speak, right? Imprison her. Knight of Wands. action to pull in the reins. And let's blame it on a horse. What do they want to create? A memory loss, a disability, an inability to work, to go ahead. So we start closing all those diary events and start reining things in and slimming it down even more to create and present ill health, poor health, age, and of course a very close expiration, nearing an expiration. This horse is very sad, doesn't look like it wants to go ahead. The one instructed doesn't look happy to perhaps follow the instruction, but nonetheless it must do as it's told. This is the life, the estate, the privileges, the income, the grants, sustaining, maintaining this woman from such a young age. Through 2 marriages, her children, being very part of the system. This is her life. So they're now reflecting on all of the and calculating. So the goal is on that. You've had it for too long. It's time we start changing things. Right. And look at what's interesting that Spirit has shown me. From this to this, 4, 8. This was when all 4 structures of your home, your empire, your state, your stability was, right? And over the years that aged, so it increased. It became an 8. But you can't have the same glory in that energy vibration. We take you away from natural light and we put you into unnatural light, into an unnatural situation. This is natural, this is life, this is thriving, this is growth, happiness and joy. And now we put you in a concrete block. We have, I think, a mini gale force going on outside. And that's the chimes you would hear, the outdoor chimes. Yes, 4 of Pentacles. See all this money. You're old now, you don't need it. You've held on for too long. You've done your work, you've done your bit, you've been in service. You're aged now, you need to come out of that space. We can't have you there anymore. It's too costly. It's too expensive. So what do? We've got to think of a plan to bring about scarcity. We can't have you go out there like a 18-year-old, a 20-year-old, when you're not that age anymore. So something must start closing down, shutting down, ending. 2 fours, 4 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands equals to the 8 of Swords. See, from a young age you've benefited. We're now taking it away. How does she feel about all this, Spirit? What is she feeling right now? This is the Emperor and the Page of Pentacles. Well, clearly she's not happy because she knows that this has something to do with the higher-ups. The King is aware about this. Right, so she knows something untoward is coming. She knows that. So she's thinking about her past and this life that is now, by the system, going to be taken away from her. She's aware of it. And I'm sure she's feeling threatened. And very much sad. There we go. She's burdened by this. Right? She's burdened by this. At this time in her life, she's burdened by it. Look at the contrast of her being a young girl and now at this time in her life. The kingdom is making this decision. The Emperor is sitting. The controllers are making these decisions. Well, I'm sure she knew it's coming. Sooner or later, it's coming. At the bottom is the moon. The hidden, the shadowy, things that happen in the dark, right? A stroll in the evening, and there's a wolf watching. So, I want to show you something now. Number 1 is the Magician. The event took place on the 23rd of June, 2024. The vibration that day was a 10, 1, 0. You can't make it up. You cannot make it up. Dark magic was playing out. I did tell you in the previous reading, there was a hand that was resting and the other hand was waiting to attack. There's a hand that is resting and the other hand is waiting to attack. It's planning the attack, the magic, the opportunity. There it is here. By following somebody taking a stroll on their estate. Right, so here she's taking a stroll, possibly with a dog. Doesn't say she was taking a stroll with a horse. But we'll assume it's a pet that she's walking with, because there was no other human being mentioned, no other family member, right? But look in the distance, there's somebody watching. Somebody watching. You see here, there's a person watching in the distance. So we're being fooled that this was just an ordinary stroll. This was scripted, planned. Unexpected events will start taking place. Like we said, pay attention. Spirit says keep watching the space. Many things are coming around. Is your 10 on the vibration of the actual event this happened. Do you have the message from here to close? 1 or 2, please. Imprisonment. This is jail. Imprisonment. Locking somebody away, putting somebody away, restricting their resources and putting them behind bars in the energy of instability, disability, inability, right? Taking them away from that popularity and spotlight and hard working. Perhaps it costs much more in expense than what is coming in. And at the bottom of that was the, did you hear that with the flame? It sort of crackled. High honor. Of course she was highly honored for her work. But now there's smoke. Thief. Something's been stolen away from her. Right? Stolen. Taken away. That's what I mean. Any other message? Right, that fell out. Community. Right, so she's going to be taken away from her community work. Right, so she's not going to be able to go out there, accomplish and achieve. And why is that? Because it's too expensive. It's too expensive. Give me one more, please. 29 and 39. Bottom we have high honor and despair. Taking her away from what she used to love. We saw the Lover's card at the bottom of the deck, and that was her passion, her love, right? Her family, her life. She did get out and do some other things, but she had hope. Right, see, 2 of the same energy coming together. So she had shared effort, shared resource, shared assistance. On her not so good days, the other part went out and did it. The copy, the one that mimics this community work. But now that's coming to an end. Because to keep that copy going means production, means expense. And to age it to that level, to that physical, chronological age, is a lot of work. And that does not last very long. It doesn't have a lot of a lifespan. It may last up to 4 months, 5 months, and then you've got to produce another one. It's a lot of work. To have a person at her age go out and work for the hours that she does and the travel, it's impossible. We know as human beings, right? You can't have a person at that age working at that length of time, doing all of that in such a vibration of energy. It's not humanly possible. You've got to be on steroids to do that. And of course they do have all of those tinctures and pills that they swallow with, you and I know the famous name, but you can only go so far still. So there is help. And that help is costing too much now. But we've got to slim it down a little bit more. Thank you, Spirit. I hope this message, as well as part 1, gives a clear indication of what is happening behind the scenes and what is to come. There will be lots and lots and lots of changes taking place. Nothing will be as alarming and surprising as you raise your consciousness. But yes, it will come as a quick or a sudden announcement, unbelievable, unreal, and we will start questioning a lot of things, and you have the right to do that. You use your discernment, your higher heart, your higher consciousness in reading through energies. Everything is not what it seems. It's never been in this particular institution. There are so many entities and energies that are hidden from the surface, but works in plain sight, symbolically, literally, from beneath the surface, in its networks that are rampant throughout the world. And not in this particular industry only or establishment. Everywhere you see it happening. Politicians, celebrities, every industry is under fire, is being exposed. Spirit is not starting now in a much higher way, because we are calling for that help. We have participated in slaying demons, releasing astral bodies, dismantling underground networks, helping to stop the trafficking, the abuse, etc. If you've not participated, I've done videos on Divine Channeling playlist. Please participate. You know, I urge you, I encourage you, I impress upon you. Listen to it and absorb, and then you don't have to keep going back to the listening of the video. Put it into your mental practice and hold that vibration to end this. The quicker the dominoes fall, a lot will pick up pace. But we have a minority awake trying to carry this burden, and we are expecting a speedy result. It's not possible. The consciousness must align with the chaos that is to come. Because if it is not, then the fear will overtake the harmony and become that feast, that harvest for the dark. And that's what they thrive on, is continually feasting on human energy, humanity's energy, and disempowering the nation. And we're not making progress that way. So send your love and light to the sleepers, to the non-believers, to the ones that are fooled, that continue to be fooled. Beautiful hearts and togetherness and kindness for our happiness in Earth's wellness, a cosmic oneness and divine foreverness Unite in light. Weaponize with light. Do not see anger for others, feel anger for others. Everyone will deal with their karma at the time of judgment. Let us continue in stealth and health to reclaim our wealth. I thank you, I love you, and I bless you. Till next.